Good afternoon, everybody. This is Pradeep, Ambassador of Change from GETI, Lucknow, Global Education and Training Institute, run by Dr. Sunita Gandhi. And you are on our disruptive education platform, which has been provided to us by our mentor, Dr. Sunita Gandhi. And on this, we have met around 1,000 educators from India and all over the world. And continuing with that, we have today with us Dr. Myrtle Caldeira, retired principal, the Holy Spirit Institute, Margao, Goa, and she has done her BSc in Chemistry and Zoology from Margao, her MA in Sociology and MEd from Goa University. Then she did a PhD in education on the thesis and evaluation of the centrally sponsored scheme of vocational education at the higher secondary stage in Goa. She has an experience of 35 years, and her issues of interest are environmental issues, traveling, reading, education, writing articles related to education on newspapers, and she took part in many science projects with her students and won state and taluka level awards. She has been a resource person to talk on role of women in society organized by the Institute Menezes Braganza. She has written articles in reputed magazines on career counseling, on guidance and counseling, and articles for the in-house magazine of Goa Headmasters Association. She has been members of various associations. She's a member of the Green Ray Eco Club, executive member of the Governing Council of Archdiocesan Board of Education, member of Diocesan Society of Education, Taluka representative of Goa's Headmasters Association, executive member of South Education Board, felicitated by various associations and clubs for outstanding services in the field of education and invaluable contribution towards society. The Indian Development Foundation, a national NGO for education beyond frontiers and nurturing young minds for a better tomorrow. She will be speaking to us today on education empowers, educates, and unites. So thank you, ma'am, for being with us, Myrtle ma'am, for being with us, and over to you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. First of all, a very good evening to one and all present here. I would like to thank Dr. Sunita Gandhi, education visionary GETI, for her wonderful work of transforming education and changing lives. I would also like to thank Mr. Pradeep Mall. I'm humbled by your kind introduction. I'm very grateful to you, GETI team, for giving me this opportunity to be a part of this unique global movement. It's really nice to be on this platform and share my thoughts on education. My topic for today is education empowers, liberates, and unites. I would like to quote Jacques Delors. He says, true education consists not only of molding the intellect, but shaping personalities and transforming a child's wildest dream into vibrant reality. Unquote. So, our vision and mission as educators is to make sure that the information that we disseminate to our students and the formation and nurturing that we as educators are striving to provide should lead to the transformation of our students. And why is it so necessary? So that they not only become better citizens, but first and foremost, they become better human beings. We are all aware that every child is unique and a precious gift of God to humanity. And we, as educators, are co workers with God, invited by the divine to be partners in this beautiful and great work of molding and shaping young minds. Indeed, a great honor, such a great privilege, and above all, a great responsibility. All children have the capacity to transform themselves by discovering and developing the latent talents. But at this juncture, they require guidance from parents and educators who must provide them the right environment so that they can grow, bloom, and blossom to their fullest potential. And only education that liberates truly develops the human faculties. That's the head, the heart, and the hand, and will help the child to be the best of what God has endowed him with. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, has rightly said, by education, I mean an all round drawing of the best in the child and man, in body, mind, and spirit. So, education is an integral part of what we become. And definitely, school is a place that lays the basic formal foundation and empowers, liberates, and unites students for their future. I would like to go back to my topic and would like to throw some light on how schools can empower students. There are many ways. How can schools empower students? I will touch upon a few. The school can provide a voice to the students through forums for students' feedback. Constructive and timely feedback can help an educator to plan the best strategies to improve their teaching learning process. And also, the feedback can help the educator to plan appropriate facilities for the welfare of the students. So it helps the students too, because it emphasizes that learning is all about partnership and working together. Second, giving the students decision making powers in an area of a curriculum. This may sound unrealistic, but we can incorporate it in certain area of curriculum. For example, if a language teacher has the objective to train her students to be effective in writing analysis of a book or an essay or an effective response to literature, why should it always be that all the students analyze the same book? Why not give the students the opportunity to choose a book of their choice and analyze it, a book of their liking? In this way, when they are given the power to choose, it creates a sense of ownership over learning. Using meaningful technology in the classroom can open a world of new learning opportunities for the students. Example, flipped classroom model, podcast, virtual field trip via Skype, and also live streaming of classes across the world. This reaffirms that learning can happen anytime, anywhere, and not only within the four walls of a classroom. And the last one I want to speak about is to involve students in real issues. Most of the students complain that what they learn in the classroom does not seem to be applicable in the real world. So have the students practice the skills they learn and the topics they have understood through debates, service learning, community, then leadership. This way, they will feel that what they have learned in the class has an impact in the outside world. Give them the opportunity to have opinions on real issues like reforms in education and other burning issues in the country, and teach them to be civil to one another, to respect one another's opinions, and to be objective. Once they know that can make a difference, they will be motivated to learn further and not only to work towards a lofty, distant goal like graduating and going to college. So, empowerment through education helps the students to live a dream and build a future. Now, I will go to the next. Education liberates. A liberated student breaks all shackles and climbs the ladder of success. It brings out his creativity. It teaches students to be cultured, to develop capacity to check assumptions, and to understand value-laden choices that await them as consumers, decision makers, arbiters of ethical choices at home, at workplace, and the ballot box. It is very sad to note that there is no joyousness in the youth today. That liberation of energy, that buoyancy of spirit that characterizes great liberation movements. Now we go to how education can unite all for the better. It develops social interaction skills through team building activities. And if these activities become routine in the class, then the classroom space becomes shared, a safe zone. The students feel comfortable and they are ready to learn. They also learn and gain other valuable skills. They develop empathy and improve their self esteem. Classroom time is valuable, but these activities are designed to minimize time and maximize output. Our very own Dr. Radhakrishnan said, education to be complete must be humane. It must include not only training of the intellect, but also the refinement of the heart and the discipline of the spirit. On the same note, Aristotle says, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. So, young minds and hearts under our care need gentle handling, shaping, and molding. And it is one of the most challenging tasks in our society. So, it should be our endeavor that students leaving the portals of our institutions should be equipped with the right ideas, values, and beliefs. Today, education has become globalized, and educational institutions must strive to empower, liberate, and unite the present generation, known as Alpha generation. This generation Alpha, they are the digital masters and critical consumers, young activists, creative entrepreneurs. So, the need of the hour is quality and holistic education. Holistic education should help students to focus on UNESCO's 4 pillars of education, which is highlighted in the report entitled Learning a Treasure Within, published by International Commission of Education to meet the challenges of the 21st century. The first pillar is learning to know, second, learning to do, third, learning to live together, and the fourth, learning to be. Let's take the first pillar of education, learning to know. It implies learning how to learn by developing one's concentration, memory skills, and ability to think. Educators should make learning an enjoyable experience for their students so that they carry on learning throughout their life. The second pillar, learning to do, is to learn to think creatively, critically, and holistically, to understand the information presented to them deeply. It represents creative, skillful, and discerning application of knowledge to perform a job or work. It's an acquisition of competence. And such people learn the skills to work on different kinds of situations and to work as teams. They also know how to adapt and change as per the requirement. Educators must ingrain in their students dignity of labor, learning to do through work experience, social work. The third is learning to live together, which is very important for lasting peace in the world. Helping the students by creating awareness and understanding each other's history, tradition, spiritual values. This way, they will come together as one, appreciating the interdependence and diversity. They will learn how to cooperate and resolve conflicts. The educator should help the students by bringing about a realization that students' world gradually enlarges from home to school to community to city to town to province, country, and the world as a global village. And the last pillar is learning to be the hallmark of a complete, well balanced individual. Developing all the dimensions of a complete person: physical, intellectual, emotional, ethical integration of an individual. So it's our mission to educate Generation Alpha, empower them, liberate them, and unite them spiritually, scientifically, and to make them technically vibrant students to face the challenges of the modern era. We have to provide them a model of promoting, collaborating, and cooperation, where they can work in a climate of mutual trust and sharing, as opposed to the shockingly corrupt society. By we have to foster honesty, compassion, service before self, and respecting the opinion of others. And this can be achieved only through holistic education, a hope for a humane and a harmonious society. Robert John Meehan says, "We are not just teachers or educators, we are the managers of the world's greatest resource, children." So, it is our great responsibility to make the lives of our students extraordinary in the simple, ordinary ways, not only by teaching them, but going beyond and touching their lives so that together may we give our children roots to grow and wings to fly. Thank you. God bless you. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that great talk. And with your years of experience, you've really been of great help. So, we'd like to say thank everybody who has watched. thank Myrtle ma'am, and we would like to
Thank
inform
you.
you.
It was a
We would like
pleasure.
to, yeah, we would like to inform you that Global Education and Training Institute is committed to transforming education by transforming teaching practices. Please watch out for and enroll in GETI teachers training programs. The in-service teachers training program is being launched soon, and we have a variety of in-service training programs which will follow. For details, visit our website getilearn.org, GETILEARN.org, or call 740-840-1000. So thank you, Myrtle ma'am. Thank you so much, and thank you, Dr. Sunita Gandhi, for
Thank you
this
so
excellent
much.
format where we meet people like Myrtle
Thank you, and
Caldeira.
God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.